Welcome to Animania Chronicles, where we dive deep into the captivating worlds of anime, dissecting stories, unraveling characters, and sharing our passion for all things animated. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're delving into the Fruit of Grisaia Part 4 of 6, the next thrilling chapter in this captivating anime series. Join me as we dissect the storyline, analyze character arcs, and explore the themes that make this series a standout. Get ready for another exciting review. Let's dive right in. This was the normal school he had wished for, and inside the gates, the principal introduced herself as Takabana. Yuji noticed something was off. Even though it was a weekday, the campus looked like a ghost town. The principal revealed that there were only 5 other students living on campus with him. Yuji had one last question and asked her if this was truly an ordinary school. The principal told him that it truly was a normal school, but because of his conditions, this was the only facility that could accept him. When he got to the dormitory, a maid appeared behind Yuji and introduced herself as Kazami, but he wondered why she was wearing a maid uniform when she's a student. She shoved him to his room, and while he thought it looked well contained, there was something off about it. That night in the baths, he wondered if this was truly going to be an ordinary life. In the morning, Yuji decided to flash the entire population with his huge plot, took an eye drop, and a shot of grape juice before beginning his 26-mile run. Although he was in a different place, nothing had changed since the time he used to live with his master. He remembered the way she taught him to be a fast runner to get the girls when he's young, and in middle school, it's about defeating others in fights. But after that, it's all about how smart he was. He continued remembering how she was the only person that had been a hope in his life, but because of her overwhelming attitude, he's realized that he got tired of dealing with overwhelming women ever since. Just as he opened the door to leave, a red-haired girl fell in front of him and exposed her plot armor, while another orange head ran in front of him and jumped on the couch. The red-haired girl jumped on top of her and started trying to brush her hair, and Yuji wondered why this seemed like a plot development setup. He tried introducing himself to the girls, but the red-haired girl was shocked to hear his name. However, she introduced herself back, saying that her name is Suamain, and made Maki introduce herself as well, though she was too startled to shake his hand at first. As he walked around the school, he met that Sundere Michiru, and by the end of the day, he met a girl called Saki. However, when he tried getting closer to introduce himself, she nearly slashed his neck off with a box cutter. He expected her to pull something out of the blue and told her that it was nice to become friends with her. When night arrived, he realized that everyone was home, but since there wasn't any homework in their school, the only thing they could be doing was playing video games. He decided to ignore what they were doing and just enter his room, but noticed that someone had broken into his room because of his tape trap. He barged in screaming not to move, but Amani's plot defied gravity and just kept bouncing in front of him. He wondered why a stripper was in his room when it's not his birthday. She laughed at how blunt his reaction was, and when he walked in to open his fridge, she asked him how he kept walking so calmly into his room. He told her that she was the one flaunting her giant plot cannons, but he thought they looked amazing. A few minutes later, she told him that he seems to be used to women, so she wondered if he had an older sister to deal with. Yuji revealed that he used to have one until she passed away, so Amane apologized for bringing her up. However, she wanted to ask him what his sister's name was, and Yuji told her that it was Kazuki. Hearing that name shocked her, but she finally finished changing and asked him if she looks good. Yuji told her she looks worse than his dead dog, causing emotional damage. She thought he was cold, but asked him what those mysterious containers on the table were, so he told her it was his dinner. After hearing how miserable his meal was going to be, she decided that she was going to prepare dinner for him as his new big sister. He told her that she needs to be careful with those words because he was raised in a household straight out of Alabama. After she left to prepare him some food, Yuji realized that something was off because his door was locked this morning, and since there was no evidence of it being destroyed, he wondered if she was able to lockpick the door and realized that she was the one thing that was extremely off about the school. She remembered the day when their school bus fell off the cliff and the horrifying scenes she saw that day and said the words, "I found you." Yuji realized that this wasn't a normal school at all, and that each and every single one of those girls likely had something off about them that they were hiding. Just then, he received a call from JB telling him that there's been a new mission assigned to him. So he took out his suitcase and placed the code in, realizing that this wasn't the ordinary school life he dreamed of. The following morning, JB showed up and asked him if he was enjoying his new school life, but he said he was liking it a lot more before she showed up. She was sad he was still giving her the cold shoulder, but she asked him if he was enjoying this new ordinary life in his ordinary school. Yuji told her that the only thing that wasn't ordinary was how ugly her face was. She told him to be careful or he might accidentally pass away, but he told her it would be better than seeing her ugly face every day. JB realized that his words just hit her harder than he used to, so she decided to leave and pull the sickest drift as she drove away. When he got back to class, a main asked him who the dumb blonde was, so he told her that she was just his boss from his job. But when a main asked him what he did, he told her that he just cleans up garbage, so she considered it to be dirty work. However, she sat down and told him there was something important she needed to know, asking him what his relationship with the blonde girl was. He called her stupid and asked her if he looked like the type of guy to have a girlfriend, but she thought he was a mystery. However, as long as he didn't have a girlfriend, that was all she wanted to know, and walked away. Once she left, Yuji noticed Michiru was eavesdropping, but she told him it's not like she likes him or anything like that and called him a baka. After Yuji's daily run, he noticed that Amane was trying to break into his room but snuck away and tried listening to her. As she looked for him, she was upset that she couldn't give him a wake-up kiss, but he realized that she could just be playing dumb if she's noticed him by now. She began looking through his clothes and started smelling his shirt, thinking that it's going to make her go wild. She jumped right on his bed and began begging Yuji to stop, but Yuji realized that she was obsessed with him, so he decided to just walk in while she was in Paris. However, she was startled to see him and asked him how long he's been there. Sobi said that he watched her this entire time, telling her to look on the bright side because at least she noticed him before things got worse, but she screamed at him to get out of the room. Later that day, a main sprained her ankle during gym class, so Yuji ran to carry her into the nurse's office. After treating her injury, Yuji began walking away, but she latched onto him and begged him not to leave yet. After getting tired of her, he told her to spit out what she wants from him already. So she asked him to go out with her. He asked why, so she told him because she loved him and that it was love at first sight. She told him he looks hopeless, so she wanted to be the thing to help him keep living. However, he told her to stop bothering him already, which hurt her feelings. But she asked him if she could be his big sister instead. However, Yuji told her that they're not in Alabama right now. But when she told him that he's crushing all of her hopes, Yuji said that he'll play along as her little brother for the time being. She began petting him on the head, but he wondered why she was acting so weird. During class, she came and brought him a present with Maki, but he wondered why she's trying to interfere in his life so much. A main apologized to him, saying that she was just doing this to make herself feel better, and put her meat into his face while he thought it was tasty. Yuji felt like he was suffocating, but realized why he felt that way after his master died. He tried secluding himself from the others, not realizing how badly he needed a normal life. He wondered if he truly deserved to feel a piece of happiness like this. Amane told him it's okay, saying it's okay for them to share food, and stuffed her flapjacks down his mouth. A few weeks later, Yuji decided to bike back to his home with Maki to celebrate Asako's birthday. When he got home, he saw that JB had left a portrait of all three of them, but he asked Maki to keep it a secret from the others. When the sun was setting, Yuji went to Asako's grave and said that it's been a long time petting John's grave. He introduced them to his new friend Maki, and she thanked them for raising him. When she went to sleep, Yuji called JB to let her know where he disappeared off to and told her good night, calling her Julia before walking back in. Yuji stared at the sky, telling Asako that he remembered what was on his mind at night, that he just thought the stars were pretty. After he returned to Japan, JB drove him home, but as he was about to leave, she grabbed his arm and kissed him on the cheek. After she drove off, Yuji felt something was going to be longer than his sniper rifle. When he got inside his room, he saw a maid had ironed all of his clothes, and she asked him if he wants to eat first or take a shower. He wondered why she's been throwing herself at him like this, so she confessed that it was just love at first sight. However, he thought it was too convenient, but she had already prepared dinner for him. As he ate, a maid got an email from one of the girls, and she asks Yuji what he's doing with the dumb lonely blonde. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the vast realms of anime. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and stay tuned for more thrilling reviews and discussions. Until next time, keep exploring the boundless wonders of anime with us.